And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six. It's in version 71. This is the 5th part of my first game in this version. And things are going okay. We're approaching having the 200 troops that I want prepared for campaigning. I might actually need to increase the number of troop training facilities to more reliably get there. And then it's just getting our guys equipped and going to war. I want to go invade these guys to the northwest, because obviously taking them out will allow us to expand in that direction. I just remembered I prepared a bunch of nobles. I haven't given them any jobs. Let's give our nobles some jobs. So, humans, there's sensible things we can have them do, and then there's what we're going to have them do, which is we're going to have them be a governor. We're going to make you head of the grain farms. Make you head of the bakers. And you head of ration makers. I'll actually make you a governor as well for the moment. We're gonna need some gov points when we start campaigning. In the short term, the bonuses to food production are not too terrible. Let's activate those 2 jobs and the torch. And then down here, we want to set up a woodcutter. Maybe not that big. 10 sounds about right. Like so. Actually, I suppose I need something like 200 wood a day, so I suppose I do need something that's 4 times that size. Yeah, I think that's a start. I get it up to like full round 50. Yeah, close enough. There we go. So, I suppose that means I want 50 Talafi at some point to work that industry. Sufficient workers allocated. Got 52 odd jobbers. That's a little odd. Okay, now they're allocated. Yeah, now we're waiting for furniture again. Got some tools. See if I can make a decent position with the small amount of tools I've got. It's gonna be in their health. Actually, I should probably do the hospital first. Okay, so they want me to trade with them, they want me to pay them. I don't actually want to trade with those guys. Because again, we're thinking of invading them. Or at least I'm thinking of invading them. Whoops. Need to delete the entire building. Nice simple building. Provides 12 patient slots. It's gonna eat all the tools. Oh, and requires furniture. But, okay, queue that up for the moment. Hopefully they'll be a little bit smart and finish up the woodcutter first. Activate the roads and the torch. I have more furniture to go there. Oh, and I'm full on spears. Let's have the unit that's out moving around have full access to spears. Probably do with more armor, but at least we've got one unit well equipped with spears. Nope, no, they're not being particularly sensible and trying to get two different things done at the same time. So the hospital's probably just going to finish first. Stream temperatures is good. Well, it depends on whom. Okay, I've got people getting killed in brawls. Where? Why? Boom. Humans again. Let's grab something with segregation. Oh, there's the segregation screwed up that. That's what's going on. Or might be what's going on. It's either that or I've got humans living in there and they maybe they're giving the problems. almost to the point where the humans will be interested in having more people move in. There we go, woodcutter complete. Get some of the jobs that don't use furniture done. Move the neighborhood down there. I can do the same over here. Am I still positive on furniture? Yeah. So got 4 positive. And the hospital is full. One of the changes they did in the current patch is both fabric and opiates require technologies to use. So hospitals start with them disabled by default, and hospitals no longer need them to work. So previously they needed fabric to work. Now they don't. And if you turned opiates on, they also needed the opiates. So that being turned off is somewhat beneficial. Yeah, that should help to work through the sick population a bit. And the other thing to do is get physicians up as money allows. Does pottery cost furniture? Looks like it doesn't. Be a small potter then. Work through the clay productively. So I was going to export the pots if I don't need them. Generate a little more revenue. Actually gonna take... How can I make this work? A little bit more warehouse space. Weapons and armor. We'll boost the food storage a bit. Fish. And then I don't think I'm benefiting too much from you being on active duty. So I'm going to actually pull you off of active duty. And that's why we needed the more weapon space, so all stuff got deposited. Just fish even more. So we'll want at least one for fish. Pop over to spears, so we make sure we got storage for the spears. Okay, so it looks like I've got enough spears for everyone to have 2. get trained. We'd get another training ground, but that's also costs furniture. I don't need that many more soldiers. I want to get to the full 200, and then we'll declare war. And we got pottery coming in. 12 pottery coming in. And the new export depot is going to get set to export pots. If you have over 50% of the stockpile of pots, export it. Grain is full, bread is full. Rations we could use more of. We're 13 clay. Which clay does the mine make? 33. So I've got more clay than I really need. Could contemplate distributing it. It's furniture. It's about 500 wanted entirely by the town. So if I'm gonna do that, let's tell the markets they can start stocking clay. The whole market system, please, not just the one market. Okay, I'm not concerned about running out of wood fast. Although, we're still losing 100 or so a day. Stone, in theory, we're positive on, so I don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I think we're reducing basically everything except for tools, which we're importing. That we really need to be. And I think I'm making enough food to feed like 1,000 people at this point. No, in theory I'm making enough food to feed 2,000. I'm to believe my production rate. Yeah. Although some of that's getting turned into rations. The bread is not... The 1,000 is not including the subtraction from bread getting turned into rations. Which takes 200 off, yeah, okay. There's some double counting in that 1,000. So what's going on? Okay, clay is distributed. Let's turn clay on as furniture. So everyone access clay. So humans don't want it, the Gratonians want it, Londorians don't want it, Garmithi want it. Still, I think I want to still do some farming over there. That's till. Probably use the forest over here. Probably time to get another neighborhood of, or another chunk of Kryptonian housing. I wanted more stone. I could bring more Garmethine. That wouldn't be too bad. No, they don't necessarily need more stone right now. Same sort of logic. I bring more Vivians in, but I don't really need more fish. I don't need more clay. Yeah, clay is slowly distributing to those who want it. And usually from furnishers, you want to go easy to hard stuff. So wood and stone is really easy to distribute. Scythelin is brutal. Full distribution of Scythelin here, for example, is 110, which doesn't sound like a lot. Until you remember that Scythelin is really slow to mine. Okay, so we've got space for more of those guys. So let's set your limit at 200. Because I am trying to get up to 1,000. I'll probably slow down a little bit once I hit 1,000. At least until we get some conquest under our belt. Gods are forsaken, it is a drought. So this is going to be a bad year for the harvest. Depending how severe the drought is. Now it looks on the map. It might look like the canal mitigates it slightly. Not so sure about that. Still getting some deaths in brawls. I suspect it's because I don't have a separation between the amphibians and the humans. Yeah, so we're getting some brawling between the two of them. I can maybe remedy that by getting rid of the housing here. The 5 black patches of houses. Might alleviate it. Although, 1 or 2 every year or so is not too bad. Can work with that. Requires furniture, that requires furniture. Expanding the grain facility up north requires furniture. It's almost like I need more furniture. I'm just resisting the urge to build more furniture. I should probably stop. Get more furniture. So that are shields for the army. No, actually looking at it, probably should be furniture. Furniture and probably more leather armor. Because yeah, before I do more farming, I need to sort out the storage for the grain. So the furniture network is still eating all the clay, but I think we're making enough clay. Just the network takes time to saturate. Full target is fulfilled for clay. It's going to be 119 per year, so less than 10 a day. We make a surplus 12 a day, so that's not a problem. Okay, another batch of furniture. That's good. Or once it hires up, that'll be good. And another person working on leather armor, so it should increase the rate we're getting leather armor. So our guys will be a little bit better equipped when they go on campaign. And we've got 179 trained, another 20 in training. Oh, someone died. Wait, we're getting real close. Give you another batch of spears. So at least when it comes to poking the other guy, you'll be in good position. I was ready to wait for furniture. Maybe go with a little bit more stone production. I could do what I'm doing with clay. Start distributing stone. Wouldn't help the humans. The Dendorians would appreciate it. The Garmethi would really appreciate it, and then there'd be people mining it, so it's maybe not a terrible idea. if we're going to do that, I think we want to double the stone production. Take the Grimmithy up to 40. Or, well, tell them they can go up to 40. They might not get there particularly fast. Oh, and that requires furniture. Never mind, that's not happening because that requires furniture. I got other more important things than more stone production than furniture. Or more important things for the furniture than making furniture. I got empty houses over here. I clear these houses so that the Amivians stop killing my humans, hopefully. Yeah, and the Dondorans are the other ones that were getting got. And again, I think that was the Western housing. They're living in the Western housing because I've got industry in the West, and they're trying to live close to where they work. So I'm forcing them to travel farther, but then, well, forcing them to travel farther as well. Keeps them away from the people that are murdering them. Well, murdering them without murder. Enough furniture, I can expand that grain warehouse. So there's actually now capacity to put stuff away. Oh, are you being negatively affected by the hospitals? No. So by turning hospitals off for the Amivians, they just don't take the negative for us having hospitals. That's nice to see. Because, yeah, hospitals normally scale not off of actual access, but off of employees. Although you probably want to maintain access most of the time for most of your pop groups, so you can treat the sick and wounded. Furniture's going back up again. See if I can translate that into a second training ground. Actually, what I'm going to do... For one of my nobles, I got a governor. I'm going to assign the governor instead to furniture making. So we can get some better yield off the furniture. Here we go. tell you to go pull wood directly from the building? No. That would be too nice. You are technically in the pickup radius, so you should be picking up from there. Oh, and settings, pull setting wise, pull nothing but the wood, please, from there. Also, I suppose I'm not actually making enough wood. You want a way to boost wood where furniture production is actually have wood for them to furniture? $7, 60. I think we're approaching the point where I don't really want more Kryptonians. Actually, I'm looking at the worker priority to see where they're working. So priorities. Oh, that changed. That is definitely a different change. I'm not sure if I appreciate that change. No, I don't want to trade with you. So we got them working in warehouses. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna down prioritize the humans. Grain farms have the Kryptonians working on it first. Same with the bakeries. Well, it'll make the humans a little bit more likely to work on it than everyone else. You don't work in the ration makers. We save that for the Kryptonians. Yeah, the system here makes sense. It's less useful for telling where people are actively working. Like, you can see all the ration makers are Kryptonian. All the grain farms... Actually, not all the grain farms are Kryptonian. Oh, there's enough that they could be. So where are my Kryptonians working is then the question. Probably some variations of services. There's 91 of them there. 61, 71. Kryptonians, where jobs are you working at? So that's the hard thing to tell, which is where are my Kryptonians working? They absolutely love their current job. So they're doing jobs they love, which is unusual based on what I can see here. Although the Kryptonians have a fairly easy go of it. They like food stalls. They like farms. They like the ration maker. The only thing they don't necessarily like is bread, but they like everything else enough that they're like 2x, 2x, 2x. Yeah, 50% is going to be overwhelmed by all the 2x's. And I think they're probably working mostly the 2x jobs. Also got some situation where they aren't working at all. Oh, parents don't currently work. Okay. There's only 171 of them working. 30 of them are either children or unable to work because of their parents or whatever. Okay. 25 children, 5 parents, and 71 are working. And now I have training facilities for 40, and we're only using 17. We're down to the last 17 training. So we're approaching the point where we'll be ready to go on campaign. Nope. That's not going to. Create a new unit. Not of humans. Like small unit of Talapi. The plan is I'm going to make them archers. They can be trained in archery at the moment. So we got more space for spears. And do I have enough? Innovation. No, I've got 0 at the moment. I would need another 5 to pick up the archer range. So I could re-enable our laboratory and then give us 5. And I got 102 odd jobbers. It's not like I'm short on workers. I guess the children don't live in houses. Because I've got 3 vacancies. So that's about 30 people missing. But I've only got 1 homeless, so... Where are the children living? Now, in the long run, they probably want to live in a nursery, but I haven't built any of those. I haven't built any of those because... they require fabric to make it believe. Okay, so the PlayStations don't. Carpets do. Do I need PlayStations? Or carpets? No, I can probably get away without any. Okay. Then they just cost a bunch of furniture, and I can work with them costing a bunch of furniture. How many children do I need to accommodate? No, that doesn't work. The plus the children, or is the plus the... Plus is the parents. 118 plus 37 plus 13 plus 5. So say about 200 children in nurseries if I can. That services 200 of them. Okay. I got 220 of them. I got 200 to service. It's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and that's only half of them. Okay. You get a little bit more space efficient, I think, if you use the carpets, because I think you can walk on the carpets. But I have furniture and no fabric. So we're going with the no fabric option. I think the previous song that was just playing, Twitch chat was saying I love this song too. I think by the time I saw the comment that the song had changed. I think it's the woodwind in this one. Reminds me of Stronghold Crusader and Stronghold. Yeah, we'll get rid of the birds. Maintenance on something is consuming a decent amount of stone. I might have to expand the stone mine sooner rather than later. There we go. So that's not handling all the children. But that's handling like half the children. And nurseries is a service need. Place where children can go during the day to prevent them from spreading mischief and prevents accidents for themselves and others. Okay, I'm gonna slow the speed down. We're almost there on the minutes. We've got 7 left. I'm gonna double the stone supply. Yeah, we're gonna double the stone supply. I'm gonna do. And the reason I slowed it down is because I'm gonna do it via refurb. So while I'm doing the refurb, the building's gonna deactivate. Didn't the building have a storage already? Did whatever I do break the storage? I think whatever I did broke the storage. That's what I'm complaining about. Yeah, if I got another nobility, probably doing on the woodcutters would be a not terrible idea. Okay, so we're having issues trying to get the wood hold off to places. Yeah, I think I want a dedicated warehouse. 6 warehouse. Do like a 3 wide, 1 across the street. Their job will be to gather wood, and I can assign people to pull wood from you instead of next warehouse. They need wood. Fair, I think we're within 10 days of being ready to go to war. Send me another recruit stat. To be fair, I got 194 trained, so I'm probably close enough. I could probably go with 194. Double the stone supply doesn't feel like it really increased that much. Yeah, I think we're trained enough. Let's go onto the world map. And it's time to raise an army. Recruit. Send units from the city. So, 200 humans have left town. And goods need to be shipped out to them. Okay, well I got, let's say, 2 empty houses of Bretonians. Let's let 200 of them come in. not 200, another 20 of them, sorry. And then I suppose we do want humans to go back up. Or at least not go down anymore. So we have supplies heading out. Anyway, waiting for our supplies to be shipped to the forces in the field. Okay, so we're not making enough rations to be deployed indefinitely like this. We are making enough clothes, and the rest of our equipment is slowly shipping out. Just try to assign a bunch more to get this shipped faster. The quicker it's shipped, the quicker I can go to war. The quicker I go to war, the quicker the army can come home. Okay, the armor's shipped. Here goes the last of the spears. Which is probably good enough. Okay, you're being declared on. Enemy forces trembled before our might and have ran before any engagement. We managed to hunt some down and plunder their baggage. Well, we're going to be chivalric here and release them. And go lay siege to their city. There we go. So we crossed into the territory. Their field army is broken, but their garrison comes out to fight. If we're fast enough, we can translate the victory in this battle to a quick siege. Although maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. We got a battle first. Double check to make sure the enemy has no arrows. Yeah, we've out-equipped them. They got a little bit better raw training. Our guys are just minimalist trained on fighting in formation. That's about it. So that is our anvil. This will be our hammer. Yeah, that didn't quite work because someone came around and hit my hammer before I could start to swing, but... Let's even try to uncompromise our flank. Yeah, that's not a particularly great tactical victory. Still think this is a fight we're gonna win. The enemy is taking some casualties. I think we're taking some casualties as well. Just think we're coming off better than they are. Which isn't surprising when we've got more spears. I think our guys are better armed. Maybe not better armored. Although, against the garrison, they're better armored and armed. Well, better armed. The garrison's got the same armor. Well, the garrison's got shields. There we go. Now I can actually do some hammer and anvil. Just getting into formation has caused the formation to break apart. There they go. I lost 15 to defeat 146. So it could have been worse. And we're being chivalric because the humans like chivalry. And we're not going to enslave, loot, or raise. We're just going to occupy. And there we go. We've taken the place. They've changed how taxation works, so there's not a taxation slider. It's you can squeeze them for short-term bonuses. Obviously, we don't need to do that. So we can take a small village. I think the place is gonna shrink severely enough. Well, this place has got pretty high moisture and fairly minimal devastation. So the target's only 1.1k, so not going to shrink as much as I was worried about. In fact, I don't think we're going to drop below 300 here. And if I'm not going to drop below 300, we can go for the next level. I haven't unlocked the third, but do the second, that's great. So that gives me with 10 workforce to play with. It's tempting to do woodcutter. To get wood coming in, because we're a little low on wood. It's also tempting to do stone. I don't want to do ore and coal, although we could do that to do metal. Shouldn't be the worst. Yeah, I'm gonna go into wood. 2 levels of woodcutter for the moment. Which honestly is probably plenty of wood for the short term. And now we wait for that place to stabilize in sort of the tactical terms. Although in the short term, do I need both armies here, or both units here? Oh, interesting. I don't actually have enough health here. Should probably go down a tier then. Sort the health out. Keep bad events from happening. Current support's 1%. Quality's pretty bad. Yeah, so we're waiting for the support to go up. Probably don't need both units there for that. Send the more damaged one home. And by sending it home, that reduces the amount of rations having to be sent and clothing having to be sent. Eventually, we'll want to make a regional unit. So we're still going to be wanting that ration production and the clothing production, whatever, but we're not going to send them from the city. Is the plan. Although I might send city archers if I make an archery unit. Yeah, finisher, after adding the noble to finisher is a lot better. I think the next thing I should build is probably a physician. Oh, which that doesn't require any tools anymore. Tooltip hasn't been updated to account for that. Only furniture. It's only furniture, then I'm definitely gonna get a few of these. Like one for each neighborhood, probably. So I'll get those physicians done. Our returning army has arrived. That spares me some odd jobbers. Just the presence of the army is enough to keep the region gaining loyalty. Doesn't need to be the full shebang. Although I might want to, once we get regional troops, probably leave up a standing force of 200. And a couple nice expands here. Temperate region is so nice over the tropical and the incredibly high cold places. Where is that comment coming from? You're saying Age of Wonders 1, you can bomb fairies, you know this? Don't know what that has to do with Songs of 6. And I don't think I've played Age of Empires 1. Not even sure I have any of the games from the Age of Empires, or no, Age of Wonders series. Got Age of Empires. Okay, physician in there, physician in there. So, health should be improving. Let's grab another hospital. Let's get to hospitals near the industries where we have accidents, let's just say. Okay, so these guys are giving me money and machinery. I will accept your money and machinery. Honestly, appreciate your tone on that message for saying that I need a handout, but you know, I'll take free goodies. It's not because I have a new neighbor. Yes, I replaced the old neighbor with a new neighbor by taking the old one over. Because we have the freelance, I'm not interested in invading these guys right now. So I'm willing to trade for trade relations with them. Anyway, more hospitals, assuming I get the tools distributed to build them, should help with working through the backlog on the sick. That combined with the physicians should help to bring health a bit more under control. One of the factions has moved its capital. So either it just had a revolt and shattered, or it's at war with someone else. It's not any of my neighbors, so I don't really care. I'm assuming physicians still provide up to 4% or 4x health. That's a hospital at the physician. Full service. Oh, they've got upgrades now. Interesting. That's new. Them having upgrades is new. Tech medicine. Did I not realize they had upgrades last time I looked at the tech tree? In its version. Yeah, they got upgrades now, okay. Okay, so they probably provide 4 if you have all the upgrades. Probably a slight nerf to the first one, but it's still pretty valuable. Pick up the whole system. Trades up, inflation down. Diplomacy, we spent money. Tourism's earning quite a bit of money. Spent on some on construction. Okay. think I've got enough furniture. Set all the jobs that I had left planned but unactivated. Get them done. And then I think that's a good place to put a part break in. I think the city's going well. Out on the world map, we have taken over one of our neighbors, so we now have a region. It does look like one of our neighbors is taking over some of the free territories nearby. So it's a bit of a shame, because I'd like to take that over. But it's too late for us to take that one. Although, we may be in a situation where... Yeah, if I'm quick enough, I should be able to take the other three over. And that's honestly more than we can probably control at the moment. Which is a good place to be. Bigger Emperor than we can realistically control is always fine. So yeah, we've got support here to 100%, so I don't even think we need the army to stay here. We might, but I don't think we do. And then, yeah, we need to pick up more administration to expand the city. But this is definitely a city that looks viable to reasonably expand, even without doing growth. We're already at the point where we can go, if we had the tech, up to tier 4. So that's another 50 workforce. That's enough to take the woodcutter up to, like, max, without having to do anything invested in growth and stuff. So this is a good city site. This is 74 moisture. So the change that they've done with area used to cap out at 100. So larger areas like this would be sometimes a bit bad, because the moisture could tank it and the area wasn't enough. Right, so presumably the area here is 160 something. This one's saying the area is 98, 181, 151, right? So that one's going to be a good one. That one's going to be probably acceptable. It's got 50% moisture, but it's got a good area bonus, right? So before, the area here would cap at 100, and 100 plus 55, or 100 times 55 was pretty middling. Yeah, so these are all going to be pretty decent locations, given their moisture in their area. We just need to grab them and then get the capital large enough to administer them. So I think we're off to a good start here on this run. If you're watching on YouTube, if everything goes according to plan, there'll be another part up tomorrow. It will not, however, be recorded in this recording session. If you're watching on Twitch, this is your last opportunity to get comments responded to live. I do see that I'm in the middle of the ad. I'll go over the schedule and do another last call for comments. The upcoming schedule is as follows. Today was Songs of Six. Tomorrow is going to be Shadow Empire. Friday is going to be Factorio. On Saturday, we're going to be back to Songs 6 for effectively day 2 on this save. Sunday, I'll be playing day 2 for Stellaris. And Monday, I believe we'll be back on Shadow Empire. And then I think Tuesday I am traveling. Or we'll be preparing to travel, so we're not going to be streaming that day. So, hope everyone has been enjoying, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch. We just came out, I believe, at the ad break on Twitch, so I'll go over the schedule again for you after I end the YouTube video. But yeah, I hope you've been enjoying. Again, I'm still somewhat in the process of recording ahead for a trip for a wedding at the end of the month. So I believe it'll be out from the 24th to the 29th, so there'll be no streams between then. Don't think I'm going to stream on the travel eve, so I don't think I'm going to be on the 23rd either. I may stream on 29th when I get back, but depends upon how I feel that night. So expect there to be no streams between at least the 23rd and the 28th. There may be one on the 29th, but we should be back to normal schedule on the 30th. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a decent possibility this might be closer to the end of that. Hopefully that does mean that we're starting to have YouTube and Twitch catch up to each other. Usually I like to keep a 2 to 6 day offset on recordings, so at the end of a recording, it technically I'd be 6 days ahead of you relative to the stream, but at the beginning I'd only be like 2 days ahead of you, because of how I schedule it on YouTube. So yeah, we should be well, getting close to the point where I've got it recorded far enough ahead that I can do that trip without missing content days on YouTube. At which point YouTube should start to catch up as we go on that final break. So until next time, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, indoor stream, and bye for now.